Hey guys, today I have, this is going to be a swatch fest because there's so many colors in this palette. This is the So Jaded palette, which is another collaboration that Kathleen Lights and ColourPop did. Now, this is one of those palettes that has so many shades in it that it's kind of overwhelming, and I tend to usually, lately, try to stay away from those types of palettes because like the, what were they? I can't even think of it. The Lorac Pro, Mega Pro palettes. I found that I bought those and then I never used them because I would like reach for it and then there was just so many colors in there. I would use the same 3 or 4 ones every time. So I haven't been buying big palettes. The last big one I bought was the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker one, but I do find myself using that one a lot, so it's not as bad. This one was one of those things where I was like, do I really need it? And then I ended up ordering it because I have all the other friggin' ColourPop palettes, or most of them anyway. So I ended up being really impressed with the colors and stuff, so it's not like one of those palettes where, oh, they made a jumbo palette but they sacrificed the quality of the shadows. So let's just open it up. Oops, there is no mirror or anything, it's their usual cardboard packaging. But there's a ton in here. Okay, so there's 30 shades, and all the color names have to do with like gemstones and crystals and stuff. I don't think, let's see, how many are not intended for use around the eye area? Ruby and Topaz are the only ones in here that say not intended for use around the eye area. So one's a red, so that that one does stain a little bit. I swatched it and it did stain a little bit. And then the Topaz is one of those pressed glitters that's too big for the eyes. But then there's also Opal, which doesn't look too much smaller than that one, and that one doesn't have the thing that says you can't use it on your eyes. So they finally put a pressed glitter in a palette that is apparently eye safe. Anyway, I'm gonna get to it and swatch these quickly. This first one is called Diamond, and I believe this is the only one that is the Super Shock formula, like the squishy feeling formula of the shadows that they first came out with. Like ColourPop started with smushy shadows like this. So this is like a very pale champagne color with a lot of silvery sparkles in it. It's got some pink sparkles in there too. Don't know how well it's gonna pick up. But that is a nice like all over lid shade. Then right next to it is Rose Quartz. And this is a matte. Ooh, super pigmented. Kind of like a tannish shade. Nice transition color. And then we have Ruby, which this one says not intended for use in the eye area. This is a metallic red. Oop. I wanted to fit each row on my hand. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do this. This one's Royal Jewels, and this is a matte, pale peachy cream color. Fluorite, this is a really pretty shade. This is a metallic lavender, and it has like a little bit of a green shift to it. And then the last shade in this row, I'll see if I can fit it on here. This is Moonstone. Let's see, let's do it like this. And this is a metallic champagne, and it has a little bit of like a bluish iridescent sparkle to it. Blue and silver. So that's the first row. You see the red stains a little bit, but so did the color right next to it, so. Okay, that's the first row. Now the second row, we have My Precious. This is a matte cream. Oh, my hand was still a little bit wet, but it is a pigmented, more of like a pink toned skin tone color. And then, what is this one? What does that say? Sunstone. This is a metallic golden copper. Pearl is just that. It's a pearly white. And then we have Citrine. This is like a mustard yellow. It is a matte shade and it's nice and pigmented. Then Garnet. That's a matte dark berry shade. Needs a little bit of layering on that one. And the last one in this row is Ametrine. Hope I'm saying that right. This one's really cool. It's a matte mauve, but it's got silver sparkles in it. And the sparkles do translate really well when you apply it. So that is the second row. Now with the two glitters, I'm gonna swatch the two glitters on my wrist because they're a pain in the butt to clean off and I don't want glitters messing up the other swatches. So you have Topaz, which is the one that says it's not eye safe. That is like copper and silver and gold. Really pretty. And the opal one, that one is like a rainbow of colors. That one's really pretty. Ugh. Of course my wrist is at a weird angle. Hold on. So that one's just, it's like light blue and pink and green. It's basically all the iridescent colors. Oh my goodness. For some reason this one didn't want to focus. It's so pretty though, and this one says that it's eye safe. I don't really trust it, but anyway. It's got green, like iridescent pink to purple. They're all like iridescent shades that shift two different colors. So I'm hoping that the camera is picking that up because I can't really tell on the viewfinder. Now let me see if I can get it all off my hand. So there might be a few stragglers here. Okay, that's not so bad. So the other colors in that row, we have Peridot, which is like this golden olive shade, very metallic. We have You're a Gem, which is a peach. That's a matte. Tiger Eye. This is one of those shades that's like a green, a brown with a little bit of a green flash to it. And then the last one over here is Aquamarine, and it is a metallic kind of pale aqua shade. That one's not crazy pigmented, but it is pretty. Geodude. This is a matte kind of beigey brown color. It's like a baby poop color. Just being honest. What is this one? Carnelian? I'm not sure if I'm saying that one right. I'm not like well versed in crystals and stuff. But this one is a matte burnt orange. Really pretty. This is a very like, the beginning of this is a very fall row. Then we have Stoned, which is this matte slate gray type color. Then Jasper. This is more of a satin finish than a matte. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. It's a berry, like a brownish berry. It has like, you can see tiny, tiny, tiny pink sparkles in there. Probably so small that they're not going to pick up on the camera. Oop. Yeah, I don't think they're going to pick up very well. So it's definitely more of a satin finish than matte. And then we have Turquoise, which is exactly that. It's a matte turquoise. This one needs a little help with the swatch, but that is like a true turquoise shade. Probably one of the truest turquoise eyeshadow shades I've ever seen. And the last one This is one of my favorites too. This is Onyx, and it is a metallic black. I'm gonna put it over here, with tons of silver sparkle in it. It's like a galaxy. So pretty. I like that this is a palette that has a ton of shades in it, but they're all more on like the muted, earthy. I mean, you got a nice bright purple in that turquoise, but other than that, they're very earthy, muted shades. And then we have Emerald. This is a metallic green. Super pretty. I can't think of emeralds without thinking of The Wizard of Oz. That was like one of my favorite movies as a kid. I had the VHS tape and I wore it out like 2 or 3 times. My mom had to re-buy me the movie. And I just think of the Emerald City. Then we have Jade. This is a matte olive green. Look, another baby poop color. It's like a matte olive green. Very like grungy vibes. This one and the citrine. That would make a perfect grungy eye. And then we have Alexandrite. This is another one of my favorites in here. This is a purple with a little bit of a blue duochrome to it. Blue-ish, I guess. Then we have Smoky Quartz. This is like a metallic pale taupe. Another one of those shades I love for all over the lid. And then Amethyst. This is an amazing purple. A satin finish purple. And purples are really hard to do, and look how bright that is. One swipe. I love purple eyeshadows, so that one is definitely gonna be focus. Definitely gonna be one of my most used. And then the last one is Sapphire, and this is just a really dark matte blue. I'm gonna put it over here because I keep running out of places. So that is the entire palette. I told you it was gonna be a swatch fest. I am excited to dig into this and use it a little bit more. I've only used it once so far. So as far as formula goes, there's nothing in here that's like giving me troubles or anything. This one is the only one that's got that the squishy Super Shock formula, and this one is the only one that has like that dry to the touch feeling, and it's not even that bad. But yeah, everything else is super pigmented. The mattes are all creamy and they blend really well. What colors did I use when I used this? I'm pretty sure I used the Ametrine, or however you say that, the Smoky Quartz, and I want to say Garnet on my eyes yesterday, and they worked really well, so I'm excited to dig into this more. And I think I'm going to do one of those things where I leave the palette out on my makeup table and make sure I use this every day for like 7 days straight, so I can get to, if not all of them, most of the colors in here, so I can make sure I use everything and give it a good test. So I I'm impressed with the shadows, because I thought that because they were doing a giant palette like this, they haven't done that before, that we might see a little difference in the quality, because I know that happens a lot with Too Faced. They go like crazy for the holidays and make giant palettes and stuff, and the eyeshadows end up sucking. So that is not the case, and I am here to tell you that that is not the case with this ColourPop palette. So I really liked the first Kathleen Lights palette that they did, so I am glad I got this one. I think at the time of me recording this, it's sold out on the ColourPop site, but they always restock, and you really don't have to worry about not being able to get one of their palettes if it sells out, because they are good about restocking stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of 30 swatches on my hand that is now all red from cleaning it off, and I will talk to you in my next video.